And a very good morning once again fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ń wò wá níbikíbi tí ẹ ti láǹfààní àti máa gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó láyé tó lọ́run, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá tí kò tí ì fi wá sílẹ̀ tádẹ̀ máa dúró tì wá ní ìgbàkígbà. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé a káàbọ̀, gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń gbọ́ wa níbikíbi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa, bí a bá ń wo ohun tó ń lọ, gbogbo wa kí a máa fi ọkàn sí ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run, ká máa fi ẹ̀mí bá lọ. Awuyewuye lóríṣiríṣi tí olúkálùkù á máa sọ, in tí aláti jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ ni pé pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run, àwọn tó láyé tó lọ́run, àṣeyọrí ni a máa ṣe. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ a play anthem wa, a kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ nípa gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ, tí mo kàn lè sọ pé àwọn tó jẹ́ agbẹnusọ wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé oríṣiríṣi ni olúkálùkù yín ń gbọ́ lọ́tún lósì. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwa mídíà tí mo mọ̀ pé bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, gbẹ̀du tí ń lọ sí Central London. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá wà nínú London, àsìkò láti jókòó sílé kọ́ la wà yìí, àsìkò láti jáde síta láti fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wa hàn sí ìjọba tí ó wà ní UK àti èyí tó wà ní oríṣiríṣi ìlú tá bá wà. Àmọ́ àti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ kan la ti ń sọ pé rally máa wáyé ní Central London. Mo dẹ̀ rò pé púpọ̀ náà àwọn tó wà ní London, bàbá ṣe ń jí láàárọ̀ yìí lẹ́yìn ìgbà tá bá ti mọ́mọ́ lọ síléèwé, fáwọn tó mọ́mọ́ lọ síléèwé, ká máa múra láti máa lọ sí Central London láti lọ fọwọ́ kún wọn. Ẹ má jókòó sórí social media pé ibẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí ti máa rí wò. Bó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo wa náà fẹ́ jókòó sórí social media ni, ìyẹn kò ní lè bá mọ́. Lórí ti èyí tí ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀, in ti máa sọ ni pé ẹ já gbọ́ anthem wa náà. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wá, orílẹ̀-èdè wa, ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká gbéga fálérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé láti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀bọ̀n, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. It's exactly 8 o'clock. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo mídíà tí a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé oríṣiríṣi ìgbésẹ̀ láti alẹ́ àná títí di bí aago 2 ni a fi ṣe pàdé. Oríṣiríṣi platform máa jáde, wá máa fi oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ fi bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, wá máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pé kò sí ewu. Lóòótọ́ gbogbo tó ń lọ tó ń bọ̀ àti oríṣiríṣi tí olúkálùkù ń sọ tó ń gbọ́ níbikíbi tí olúkálùkù wà, tí a bá careful, ẹlòmíà gbọ́ èyí tí a máa bà wá nínú jẹ́ ẹlòmíà dẹ̀ gbọ́ yìí tí a máa tù wá ní ọkàn. Àkọ́kọ́ níbẹ̀ ni pé a ní sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹjọ́ yẹn púpọ̀, but èyí tí mo lè sọ ni pé àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà tí bàbá Professor Banji Akíntóyè tó gbé dìde, wọ́n ti ń báṣẹ́ lọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí gbogbo wa ti gbọ́ láti àná. Ìyẹn ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń sọ oríṣiríṣi a máa rọ̀ yín pé intẹ́ bá lè confam ẹ má bá wọn gbé. Intẹ́ bá lè confam ẹ má bá wọn spread ẹ̀, nítorí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bá wọn spread ẹ̀ àti spread the fake news, á dẹ̀ máa lọ, á máa tàn, pressure á dẹ̀ máa wá fún àwọn tí ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ àti àwọn tó kù tó jẹ́ colleagues mi. Àwọn náà dẹ̀ máa jáde láìpẹ́ wá bá gbogbo wa sọ̀rọ̀. Èyí tí a máa fi tóra wa létí ni pé lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ rally tí ó fẹ́ wáyé ní London lénìí ó sì máa wáyé. Rally tí a ti gbé dìde pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé ètò yẹn, torí èmi kọ́ ni mo organize it, but at least à ń bá wọn polówó ẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ olúkálukú tó bá wà ní ẹni tó bá wà ní London, ẹ bá wa darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn láti fọwọ́ kún rally yẹn. Then lórí ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa ti gbọ́, àwọn legal representative wọ́n ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lé lórí. Ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn kẹ̀rẹ́ a máa lọ létò gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe gbọ́ pé ó máa lọ létò lénìí. Ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn a lè fún yín ní information nígbà tí a ti mọ kí ni outcome. Àmọ́ in tí mo lè sọ ni pé after tí a bá ti láǹfààní láti mọ outcome ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn, a lè tún jáde láti fún gbogbo wa ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ pé nǹkan báyìí òun ni wọ́n gbá wá, nǹkan báyìí ni wọ́n sọ. Àmọ́ lólúkálùkù wa bí ti ṣe sọ lánàá, gbogbo wa ni ó kàn. Ẹni bá rò pé eléyìí ò kàn òun, ó kàn ẹ́, ó kàn èmi. Bó bá wá kàn wọ́n torí pé ó wà níbi tí àǹfààní wà fún ẹ, àwọn ẹbí ẹ kọ́, ó máa kàn wọ́n. So bí àlàyé yẹn ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn. Mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa náà la fẹ́ gbọ́ good news, but good news tó wà níbẹ̀ ni pé kí a máa fi ọkàn sí pé Ọlọ́run tí ó máa ṣètò ẹ̀, ó ti mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ètò yẹn, ó dẹ̀ máa ṣe. Ibikíbi tó bá fi ọkàn sí pé ṣó máa ṣe é ṣe. Bàbá ń wo ìlú tí à ń pè ní Benin, òfin wà níbẹ̀ fún àwọn àtàbá jẹ́ ẹni tí ó mọ nípa òfin. Òfin tó dẹ̀ wà ní pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀, òfin máa kọ́kọ́ gbé yẹ̀wò. Ó máa gbé yẹ̀wò. Tó bá wá gbé yẹ̀wò, in tí òfin bá wá sọ, in tó òfin bá sọ, àwa lè fi òfin yẹn láti fi ṣe ẹjọ́ tó wà nílẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe Nàìjíríà ni ẹjọ́ wà. Kò ń ṣe inú Nàìjíríà lẹ́jọ́ wà o. Ìlú Benin ni ẹjọ́ wà. Ibẹ̀ dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti máa ṣe case. gbogbo awuyewuye tó ń lọ lọ́tún lósì gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa níyanjú nígbà tá ti mọ̀ pé àwọn tí wọ́n wà capable ni Ọlọ́run ti gbé kalẹ̀ bí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye àti gbogbo àwọn tíìmù wọn. So àárọ̀ yìí we're expecting to go ahead with the court case in Benin Republic. So this morning there will be a court case right inside Benin. We should not be panicked, in as much as I can understand that a lot of us are worried. Then ní gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń béèrè pé kí ni àlàáfíà bàbá àti pé kí ni position of things. The position of things has not changed because in terms of ìlànà, nothing has changed since yesterday. But we have faith and we have belief that the legal proceeding will go ahead. We should not allow people that will give false information which has been traveling very yesterday. Those information is not going to help. But what will help is those of us that are outside can do the picketing. Timo Solano, nígbà tá wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀sán. Already, the legal proceeding is still ongoing. Chief Sunday Igboho has not, and I repeat, committed any crime. He has not done anything that warrants him as a criminal. He has not done anything that warrants him as a criminal. So, the case is being held this morning. Case yẹn máa wáyé láàárọ̀ yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run. A lot of us will listen to different things, but the media that TETman follow from all our own proper media. So many media wants to take advantage of what is happening, and they will report what you do not want to hear for their own benefit. But all the media houses, my colleagues, we had a series of meetings up to late last night. And I'm sure every single one of them at some point will come out and give us all the necessary information, just as I'm doing as well. Yes, we don't want him to be at the situation where he is. But the situation has occurred, and it is now the solution that is now in the process. Ìtẹ̀fẹ́ gbọ́ gangan, òun náà ni pé ṣàlàyé tí ń lọ lórí ẹ̀, which is true. A lot of us want to know whether he's in Germany. I'm not going to give that information. If you're expecting that information, you're not going to get that information. So if what you are sitting down is to get that information, you will not get that information. But all I can say is there's a lot of fake news that is traveling, and we must be careful with those fake news, because those fake news will not take you to where, and those fake news will not take us anywhere. The friends and the family are working hard, just as every single sons and daughters of Yorubas across the world. Chief Sunday Igboho remain an innocent freedom fighter. He is not the first person that will go through what we're experiencing at this very struggle, movement of ours. He's not the first person. But he will also gain his freedom. I gain freedom yẹn padà láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà. And that freedom will make him exactly what we expect. So the fake news that you all love to listen to is not going to help. All I can tell us watching from around the world in different parts, and that will be repeated again, like I said, from all our media houses. Each one of them will give us the same information. Igboho Osha is currently still in a situation that we need to continue to know and understand that those situation does not warrant him to be. But since the federal government of Nigeria has decided that the criminals that are moving around in Nigeria are not the one of this interest to the government, they are more interested in individuals speaking out. Tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olúkálùkù àwa tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀. It is not the first time, whether on this government or previous government, they've done similar thing for so many times. And history has record of all that. Nigeria is a failed country. And Nigeria, we will not allow Nigeria to take charge and take control of our lives. We have our lives, and our life will not be put on hold because the federal government of Nigeria is not pleased or is not happy with the way we are doing what the law of the international law allows us to do. Chief Sunday Igboho has not committed any crime against the international law, and all that is why we are saying let us all remain calm. I'll be coming out again to give more updates as we continue to give every one of us information that will only be authentic from all the media houses. The mainstream media in Nigeria, they're playing their role. But as we know, most of them, I already spoke to the person that was trying to reach out to me in Cotonou at Aliana very late last night. So please, no one should continue to call to tell about that. I've already spoken to him. Ìgbésẹ̀ ń lọ ní Benin, which is where the incident happened. Ìgbésẹ̀ ń lọ nínú Benin Republic, bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. And everything will be put to make sure that he gets a very good representative as he has been given since the day of the incident. So on that note, let us come out. Fún rally tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní London, people will be coming out this morning, just as they've been doing. In regard those in the DSS custody, we also will be giving an update on them. Hello? Yeah. 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 Mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Màá update yìí tí bá parí broadcast nísìnyí. Màá update yìí padà. All right. Okay. Okay then. All right. Okay. Oh, you mean? All right. Okay then. All right. My point is about to parí broadcast. So, that is what bá ṣe ń sọ lọ, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ máa wá sí London, let us get to London quickly. The legal proceeding in Benin is well taken care of, and we will use every available resources to make sure that is given that necessary support, and those support is something that will continue until we get freedom back to him. It's not just freedom in Benin, but freedom so that he can get back to his normal life. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa tí à ń fọkàn bá lọ. We must remain strong in the midst of what has happened. I said that yesterday, and I'll reconfirm that again today. We must remain very, very strong. What the government wants to do is to put fear. Wọ́n fẹ́ fi ìjayà sí gbogbo alára. But let us remember that the process of leaving Nigeria is not just by Chief Sunday Igboho alone. We have Ninas that is working. We have different groups of people that are working. We have Ninas working hard. We have different organizations across the world. And I'm sure you are all aware, where our case was reported of the genocide in Nigeria to the International Criminal Court. And acknowledgement was given for that, which is a big, kudos for those that did that big job. Those that did the big, massive job, we should be grateful that that also went in prior to what we are experiencing since the last 48 hours. Prior to that, and that is what I said yesterday. The government wants to put fear in us. The government of Nigeria wọ́n fẹ́ fi ìbẹ̀rù sí wa lọ́kàn. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti fi ìbẹ̀rù sí wa lọ́kàn, a ní focus, a máa lose concentration. I might lose concentration. And since we are not ready to lose the concentration, a sọ pé we are not going to allow the government to intimidate us. We are not. We are not going to allow the federal government to drag us down. We are not going to allow the politicians that have deceived millions of Nigerians watching me right now at home. Nítorí pé mọ̀ tó ń pè ní freedom. Majority of us do not know what freedom is all about. We do not know. Mọ̀ tó ń pè ní freedom. It's going to be a mix of Yoruba and English. So those of you continue to say speak Yoruba. If you're not comfortable with the English, then you've got to remember we have millions of Yorubas that we are communicating with far away in different parts of Yoruba land. In Cuba, Brazil, Jamaica. So you can't force Yoruba on us alone. There are platforms that speak Yoruba fluently. But at this period, let us try to accommodate ourselves. So tẹ́ bá ní ká máa sọ Yorùbá nìkan, àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa ńkọ́, ṣé ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́? So let us remember that. So pé ká máa sọ Yorùbá yẹn, àwọn ọmọ tí a bí sílùú òyìnbó, ṣé gbogbo wọn ló gbọ́ Yorùbá délẹ̀ dáadáa? Ṣé nígbà tí bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ Yorùbá, ṣé àfi carry wọn along? Ṣé àwọn wà affected? Ṣé àwọn ẹni rán ọmọ yẹn lọ Nàìjíríà nísìn kó lọ gbé Nàìjíríà kó lọ máa school níbẹ̀? So tá bá ní ká sọ Yorùbá, ká sọ Yorùbá. Ká sọ Yorùbá kọ́ ni tó wà nílẹ̀. Ká sọ Yorùbá kọ́ ni tó wà nílẹ̀. In tó wà nílẹ̀ ni pé Fúlàní tí wọ́n ti jẹ gàba lórí gbogbo wa, they are not ready to back down. And they are not willing to let us go. They are not ready to back down. And we've seen that. Let me just play this video so that I can more the essence of what we are dealing with. As much as we are all panicked, we are all worried. We are worried and we are panicked. But that is exactly what they want you to continue to have inside you. They do not want us to speak. They want to gag everybody. But what they cannot understand is we still have the power to communicate and get our message to millions of Yorubas from different media platforms which have been coming out and will be coming out as well. On the case of Chief Sunday Igboho, like I said, legal representative are representing him very well right inside Benin Republic. They cannot put fear on us. We will remain in Nigeria and continue to make sure that we deliver the message. So, yes, maybe not every one of us might have that gut to come down to Nigeria. But I have proven to millions that it is not coming to Nigeria that will scare somebody like me. It is not. And that is what I want to do. So it is okay. They're looking after or running after people like myself. or Chief Sunday Igboho or all our media. You also cannot go to Nigeria because your safety is not guaranteed. Your safety is not guaranteed. Neither the safety of our family into Adele. And that is exactly what they've done. The country that we are saying is not working. My question to us this morning, is the country truly working? If the country was truly working, people were taken away from a resident in the middle of the hours of morning. Until now, they refuse to allow the legal representative, láti rí wọn. Is that the kind of life we want to live? Let us go and sign the petition. Let us go and sign the petition. Coming out of Nigeria is not just one man or one person or one group. It's a collective effort. And Chief Sunday Igboho was playing his own role. All I can say is well represented as I speak right now in Benin Republic. The rumor is in Germany. I will just put that to one side. For those of us, let's put that to one side and focus, because they are playing our mind. Think about it. We have terrorists, have the means to take down a Nigerian fighter jet. They've not used AK-47 to bring it down. AK-47 of Igbiwale. And the government has confirmed this is not once or twice that they've done so. Remember, the UN helicopter was taken down some few years back. But we are all not looking at the bigger picture. The government wants you to be scared of them. And they're working in partnership with their international criminals. Àwọn criminals around the world is making life unbearable for each and every one of us. And that was what Chief Sunday Igboho was fighting for. That was what he was fighting for. Nothing more than that. 1st of July, they want to assassinate him. Put him as a criminal. When we have the real criminal moving around the country, going with impunity, criminals that have the gut to take down a military aircraft. Have you thought about that? Have we even think about it? Thank you very much, those of us putting the link for the Ninas. And you think they are fighting Chief Sunday Igboho alone? Chief Sunday Igboho nìkan ló ń bá jà. Dr. Obadiah Lafia, the former deputy governor of Central Bank, told us they were moving weapons and money with private jet. And we can see so you can see why we are saying that we are no longer free. Let's just hear what this man has to say. Tebabore, you would think that he's a Yoruba man. Simply a video here, until you realize that he's not a Yoruba man. They are now telling us that the Fulani are 40 million in Nigeria. How did they get that number? And you think the ancestral land will be yours one day in the next 20 years, 30 years from now? We are now all going to be alive for another 100 years. It doesn't matter your age now. Add 100 years to your age. We will all be gone. It does not matter how. We will all leave this world one day. We will die one day. It doesn't matter how you will die. It does not matter. Forget about the fear that the government is putting on us. We will die one day. It does not matter whether you die in America, you die in Nigeria, you die in Canada. You will die one day. Add 100 years to your years and ask yourself, what would happen to the ancestral land when you're gone? You think it's about us. You think it's about individual or groups of people asking for the self-determination of a country that will be much better than the one that you call Nigeria, that has been marginalized so much. Oh, we are talking too much. Oh, we are talking too much. But what you do not understand is your ancestral land is going out of your hand. The same country that everybody wants to run to, whether in US, in Europe, in any part of the world, people fought hard to make us comfortable there. People say we look sweet, we look fresh. It's because the system is working. If the system was working in Nigeria, you will look fresh more than us as well. But the system has not worked for you. And it has refused to work for you. We are talking too much, but the talk that we are doing has moved the mountains of those that never thought that our talk could shift things. Our collective talk from different platforms have given them the mind that we are not going to back down. Yes, I'm sorry to do that. We want action. And those action is what has been put in place by the team in Benin right now. And that is the way it's done across the world. Julia Assange was in an embassy for years. Mandela was kept in the prison for years. He came out and became the president. So why are we all now thinking that the federal government can have their way on us? We want to go and live in Europe, but Europe was done and fought by people that believe that they should get freedom. And that is what we are doing now. And that is what people don't understand. Your thinking is about one person. Add 100 years to my life, I will be gone. Add 100 years. I've just given you and myself another 100 years. Add it to your life. But think now, ask yourself, what will be left after you have gone in 100 years? You think the politician cares about us? The politicians are already preparing for the unborn children of theirs, their great-grandchildren, keeping stolen money that should have helped you right somewhere in Europe, inside a continent that does not care about you. And that's why we are saying, we have reached the point of no return. We will not back down. Regardless of whatever is happening, we will not back down. And we must not. The presentation will definitely be different. Don't expect to come on this platform just as other platforms and expect us to say the same thing and speak the same language and speak the same way. It is not going to happen. But what we are bringing out is the message that you need to listen to, not the person delivering the message. You don't have to like me. Yes, action speaker than loud, or action speaker than, but those actions cannot be coming out. Yeah. Part of those actions we triggered from every single one of us is the reaction of what and why the federal government is after every one of us. It's part of the reaction. Oh, this action, the federal government in Libya or Babawa Chief Sunday Igboho as wanted as criminal. We've already triggered the action. He has not committed any offense. He's not a terrorist. He's not a bandit. He's not a Boko Haram. Boko Haram is #1 terrorist in the world and the country that you all think you live in, you think is safe. If the world is telling us today that Boko Haram, that Fojuko Haram commonizing is #1 terrorist in the world, do you know what that means? So you don't understand that they have the capability to take down a military. Have you thought about it? Key American government, key terrorists can go in America, do you know the consequence of that at all? Do you understand the consequence of that? And I'm reading the comments from both platforms. I'm reading all the comments. I can read the comment. But they're driving very fast, so you have to bear with me. And that's what they've done. You think the government and those enjoying the wealth of Nigeria love what we are doing? They can never love it. It doesn't matter how small whoever is chopping or eating out of it. We can't be here for the whole 300 years or 100 years. But yes, like I said, if you're watching or listening to different fake news, that will be yours. Whatever we say is what we want you to get. I have told us, and I'll say it again, a court proceeding in Benin will be holding today. Let's first hear this. This is what they want us to believe at the back of our mind. Yeah.
I'm British High Commissioner to Nigeria, and I want to share some good news with you. Since leaving the European Union, the UK government is introducing new visa routes, both for students and those looking to work in the UK. In July, we opened our new graduate route. So for those of you who are studying at a British education establishment up to graduate or postgraduate level, studying a degree or master's, you will now be able to stay in the UK for 2 years. And if you've studied a PhD, you'll be able to stay for 3 years. And you will no longer need a sponsor to apply for these visa routes. If you've completed your education and you're looking to secure a job, you can also apply for our skilled worker route. So we think these are great innovations, and they're designed to attract the brightest and the best. And indeed, last year, I'm glad to say, we were able to offer 17,500 visas to Nigerian students, and that's an 80.
And to them, issuing 17,000 visas to those of us that wants to run out of the country. But that does not solve your problem when you arrive in UK. It will only give you maybe the benefit for about 2 years. And after 2 years, you will understand what we are coming and what we are saying. is what the British wants us to have at the back of, and it is not every one of us, especially in the one Nigeria. You think they're talking to you to get student visa to come to UK. They're not talking to you. They're talking to those that are milking part of Nigeria. They're not literally talking to you. I'm aware that people want to stage a protest. I've just received that message this morning on my phone at Soka. I don't have much details to that. I have said it again. This is a mixed platform. Yoruba and English. You think it's about me saying Lugard, Tatin Pariwo láti last year. Maybe because Baba Shen saw, like, it's fine. We have talked and talked about Lugard that kept us in this Wahala. The rally holds in central London. Please, those of you in London, they're about to drop our Mosi school. Even if it's 1 hour, let us go and show love, not just for Chief Sunday Igboho, but for the Yoruba nation and those in the hands of the DSS. And those in the DSS, by tomorrow, I should have more update on them. But as I speak right now, they've not allowed them legal representative. With Chief Sunday Igboho's case in Benin Republic, it is going ahead as planned with a court appearance today. Let's hear what this man of God has to say to us. Maybe let's hear what he has to say.
Concerned, and as far as election is concerned, are a lie. And if nobody will speak up about it, the righteous should speak. And our righteousness is not of ourselves. It is of him, and he will protect. Hallelujah. It is important. It is skewed now so that where the numbers are not properly reflected in our voting. This is the only country in West Africa where you move from the ocean to the desert and the numbers decrease, or rather, they increase. The only country. It's the only country in the world where you move from a large body of water to little or no water and the numbers increase. It was not Nigerians that started it. It was the parents of Nigeria who were not good parents. They were not good parents. The man, Lord Lugard, was a devil incarnate. And what he did to...
Did you hear that? Ǹjẹ́ gbọ́n tó sọ? Ǹjẹ́ ẹ láǹfààní àti gbọ́n tó sọ? Ìbéèrè ni mò ń béèrè. It is the same Lugard that we have been talking about that gave the amalgamation of 1914 that kept Yoruba people and the remaining tribe in this problem. Please, they're about to drop Amosi school. Eba pàdé wọn ní Parliament Square. Anytime you can get there. It's not about time only, no. If you get there now, people will join you. I cannot speak on the court case that has not happened yet. I can only say there will be a court case today. And there's a good representative in hand. Benin will respect international law. And international law has weight. It is not Nigeria that does not respect any law. They do not respect international law. They do not respect the local law, which is also a fraud. Because we know the 1999 Constitution that we've talked about. Even Pastor Paul Adefarasi said that Constitution is a scam. Let's hear what he has to say. I'll play it back again. This is what Pastor Paul Adefarasi said. Don't worry about those in the north. They are already been captured. They are in the cage. So if you read comment, people are in the north saying that we are the one of the problem of Nigeria. They are already in the cage. They don't understand what it means. Their life is miserable. Their life is more miserable And that's why they cannot understand. But we, the Yoruba, we do not want our life to be miserable. Our working life will be miserable. And that's why we continue to say Chief Sunday Igboho is not a criminal. Where is Igboho is what everybody is asking. Let us remember that Igboho is not a criminal. Asking his whereabouts should not be what our concern. Our concern is the government has put a stone ahead of us and we want to take up that stone. And that stone is not about Chief Sunday Igboho. You as well asking, where is Chief Sunday Igboho? You want to be like, where are you? Whether you are outside the country or you are in the country, ask yourself, where am I? If you're in Nigeria, are you safe? Like I said, I've listened to the video of the person from Benin. So I'm aware of that video and we are taking every step. I spoke to the person. All the media yesterday had a meeting up to over 1 a.m. or just about after 1 a.m. late last night. And Bugmo Mama Jade and they also be speaking to us. And it will continue. Look, Yoruba Nation movement, what we need to say, we will continue on that while legal representative is being taken care of. Fún Chief Sunday Igboho bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. So if everyone is like, where's Chief Sunday Igboho? Ask yourself, where are you as well? Are you safe? Nobody's safe. They don't know what they need. They have opportunity more than us. We talk too much, but that talk is what is giving headache to the government. Oh, you don't know that? Oh, you don't know that this our talking. We are talking too much. We need action. So if we need action, are we doing a movie? So we will present that action to you online. Oh, you think it will happen? Taba need action. Those action will come online as if we are doing a movie. No, it's not going to come. Let's hear what Pastor Paul Adefarasi was telling his members. And I'm sure, even you are not the member, you also are a victim. Every one of us. As I saw about Chief Sunday Igboho, but it's not the only thing we're going to continue to talk about. We still have to continue to educate and let us understand the reason why Chief Sunday Igboho is where he is. If you want to know where Chief Sunday Igboho is, make your way to Cotonou. If you want to know, those of you asking, especially if you're in Nigeria, make your way to Cotonou and go to the court premises in Cotonou. Let's hear the video.
Concerned, and as far as election is concerned, are a lie. And if nobody will speak up about it, the righteous should speak. And our righteousness is not of ourselves. It is of him, and he will protect. Hallelujah. It is important. It is skewed now so that where the numbers are not properly reflected in our voting. This is the only country in West Africa where you move from the ocean to the desert and the numbers decrease, or rather, they increase. The only country. It's the only country in the world where you move from a large body of water to little or no water, and the numbers increase. It was not Nigerians that started it. It was the parents of Nigeria who were not good parents. They were not good parents. The man, Lord Lugard, was a devil incarnate. And what he did to this country, we're suffering it many years later, and it's time that we must tell the truth. It's time we must tell the truth. It's absolute, we must. And those of you who benefit from the system, when the judgment comes, unless you extricate yourself, you understand? And if you're in the system, you should behave like Robin Hood. Take from them and give it to the poor, so that they can have more. I have that sword in my office, the sword of what's his name? Lord of Locksley, Robin Hood. Why? Because part of my job is to make sure that the wealth of Nigeria is redistributed with an evenness. How do you do it? Not by giving the poor rice and oil at election time. Give them an education. And education in today's age does not have to be formal.
Did you hear him? That is Pastor Paul Adefarasi. Devil incarnate is Lugard. And we are doing the best, just like Chief Sunday Igboho. If you don't want to hear the story, you have the right to exit the platform. It's not a must for you to sit down and watch if you're not comfortable with that story. And if you're in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria and you are so much worried, get a flight ticket to Cotonou and let us join hand with Chief Sunday Igboho at the court this morning. Let's hear Gumi speak.
When you ask a battery of questions, how do you expect me to convince you? Let me step one by one. IPOB is attacking the police, is attacking the army, is attacking INEC, government institutions, killing our men in service. And the herdsmen are kidnapping children, not to kill them, to get money. So how can you compare somebody who's killing our gallant men in the armed forces directly, attacking them, to somebody who's kidnapping children to make money, not to kill them? Look, we need some fairness in what we are doing.
Really? So those kidnapping, those killing, we must have fairness for them, according to Gumi. So gbogbo eti embere pé where is Chief Sunday Igboho? Anybody be Cotonou? Maybe the court appearance. You can make it down there. Let's hear again. Mo Alori live program. Emotion disconnecting. Mo Alori live broadcast. Okay, all right. Motiri already. Motiri. All right. Lórí ti fídíò yẹn, mo ti bá ẹni tí ó ṣe fídíò yẹn àti sọ̀rọ̀ ní òru àná. A dẹ̀ ti ṣe one or two things tí wọ́n ní ká ṣe. So we don't have to go into all the details. So we are here to give us reason, evidence-based. Kokukun ṣe mi, ṣé èmi ni mo já aircraft wálẹ̀, or is Koikimedia created the incarnate devil? Lugard. I don't think I'm the one, but I am here to expose those things that the government do not want you to know. Those things tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ jẹ́ kí tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní àsìkò tó a máa fi wọ̀n. Ohun tá fi wọ̀n yẹn nísìn tí bàbá wa Sunday Igboho náà fi wọ̀n. He is not the only one the government is after. The government is after every one of us. The government is after you when you go to Nigeria and you are sick. You cannot go to the hospital because you are probably likely to die in that hospital before you come out. Even for those of us that might have another residency, another passport, it doesn't matter. Gumi is telling us, our Lori live broadcast, Mo Alori live broadcast. Gumi is telling us, I've told us, and I'll continue to say it, having Chief Sunday Igboho in Benin being held was because the government wanted that. Our Lori live broadcast, more or less, more Lori live broadcast. I'm doing a live show. We sorry. Okay, in the said it, send a message to me. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ pè lórí fídíò kan tí èmi mo post fídíò yẹn lálẹ́ àná, and I've spoken to the man in Benin. So please, you know, if you are watching this broadcast, you don't have to call again on that video, because if not, we will lock other calls that are urgent that we are also following, you know, as well. We will not relent. Nigeria does not want you to know so many things. They do not want us to give you those evidence base of why we are all asking for something different. They don't want you to know that. They want to keep everybody in darkness. Like I say, the fake news will continue to travel. It's a trawler. And the government knows what they're doing. Continue to give us a false hope. Continue to give us fear. You think they're not watching? They're watching. They're sitting down in their office watching me. Kilo feso, kilo majadi lenwe. I know. You think everybody watching? Not just me. They're watching every platforms. They sit down in their office, watching, listening, commenting with Yoruba name, calling us. But what they cannot emphasize is Yoruba nation or the Yoruba people is big. Come to Nigeria. I've been to Nigeria. There's nothing in Nigeria. Nigeria is not working. I have been there. I've been to Nigeria and I'm still in Nigeria. So nothing for you to say, come to Nigeria. Come and join the struggle in Nigeria. There's nothing in Nigeria to be scared of. Then the country is not working for you. So come to Nigeria, you know, forget about that. Don't leave that alone. Leave that alone. Don't tell that to me again. Come to Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria. Come to Nigeria and then so what? Please adjust the audio. Okay. We're on the last mic and I'm using the phone to broadcast. Sorry, I have to keep taking calls in between, just not for the program, but those that probably have one message or the other, because since yesterday, we take so many calls and we couldn't take all the calls. Yes, Sunday Igboho is a freedom fighter and he's not a criminal. But the message the government wants us to be worried is, ẹ má dá wọn lóhùn, àwọn ọmọ ẹ lọ fẹ́ dágun sílẹ̀, ẹ má listen sí wọn, àwọn lọ fẹ́ dá wàhálà sílẹ̀. We want the unity of Nigeria. Really? I continue to update. I can't give any update than after the court case. We will give more updates. That's what else do you want us to say? I've told you, after the court case or the court hearing, we will have more updates. And we're not dealing with Nigeria. We're dealing with Benin. So you don't expect me to sit there and then start giving you all the legal proceeding. No, we can't do that. Let us understand that. Let us understand that. And that's why I said, forget about all the fake news. All our media, Tiangbo, are going to come out and speak to us on different platforms. On different platforms. Now, the case is an international case. For those that know, there's jurisdiction, there's a law. We're not talking about the law in Nigeria now. The law in Nigeria has never worked on any one of us. We've not finished with the video. I'm just playing some of those videos so that we understand that the magnitude of why we are saying we do not come out now. Our ancestral land will no longer be our own. Look, forget about whatever you are thinking. 100 years added to your age. 100 years added to your age. Egagbo Ele.
I stand with Igbo. I am Igbo too.
And we will continue to stand with Sunday Igboho and all our other brothers and sisters still. I'm not sure of anything in Birmingham, but please, in Birmingham, if you think you can pull yourself together, one or two, like I said, Biba Professor Akinto Solano, we should be picketing around the world. And I'm sure everybody knows the meaning of picketing. We don't have to be 20, 300. So if anybody think that being arrested will scare us, you're wasting your time. We cannot be scared. Look, let's say this. We are going to leave a landmark for the next generation to come back and scrutinize. Hey, Koiki, you'll be arrested. Koiki, the government is looking for you. Forget about all that. I am not scared of all that. That is far behind. And I hope you understand that. Whoever left the message. So, come to Nigeria. We have been to Nigeria. I'm still in Nigeria. So, and then so what? More Lori Life program. Sheko Agent. Eh? 9:05 Wednesday 21st of July 2021. The court proceeding will go ahead. Come to Nigeria. What is in Nigeria? There's nothing in Nigeria. Stop telling us come to Nigeria. I am in Nigeria. There's nothing in Nigeria than the worst place to be. Bashiru Badalo. Somebody is asking, where am I speaking from? I'm speaking from your bedroom. The people in the north, Fulani to capture one. I don't want the north here, Fulani to capture one, so they cannot think straight. The court case is going ahead. And court case happen every day. If you go to Supreme Court in UK, you go to Supreme Court in America, in Canada, people are going to court for different reasons. But we are going to court because somebody has been labeled wrongly. That's what we are going to prove in the court. And I don't have to go into all those details. I'm sure if you have, the understanding. He has been a law-abiding citizen. You think we are not being captured? You think so? Let's prepare you for the next video. Let's hear what this man has to say.
A rí pé ìjọba PDP wọ́n lo ọdún mẹ́rìnlá àbí ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún gbáko. So before káwọn tó máa retí ti ẹgbẹ́ yẹn, ìjọba tí a pè níjọba tiwantiwa tíjọba APC ń lò lọ. A fẹ́ ká parí ìjọba ọdún mẹ́rin sí lórí àlééfà. Kì í ṣe pé a ní kí Buhari ó lọ́dún mẹ́rin sí lórí àlééfà là ń sọ o. Ẹnìkan jáde ẹni bọ̀tọ̀ bá jáde wá láti ẹni ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kankan kó náà parí ọdún mẹ́rin before ká tó wá máa sọ pé ní.
Sorry, let's. Hello? Yeah, Marley Light Program. Check our agent. My send message saying. All right then. All right. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin wa tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa. The arrest of Babawa Chief Sunday Igboho would not stop us from continuing with our conversation and explaining to us in details why he is not a criminal, while he is not. Yeah, Parliament Square today, please, if you can make it down there for those of us in London. Let us remember that our normal program will continue and giving us reasons. The country is owing huge amount of debt to the tune of 47 trillion naira. My question is, how has that debt benefit you? The Nigerian debt today, báwo ló ṣe ti benefit ìwọ tó ń wò mí, whether in the north, in the southeast, or in the southwest, or in the middle belt. Báwo ló ṣe benefit? Go and sign the petition. Ninas is still working. Different people are still working. But some people do not want us to leave. Let's hear this man finish. And then
Tabawo, ẹ rí pé àwọn ìjọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ilẹ̀ Igbo Southwest nìyẹn. Wọ́n fún àwa Fúlàní ní September 1st láti jẹ́ pé kíni láti jẹ́ pé ká má da màálù mọ́. Màálù ò gbọdọ̀ rìn ní títì, màálù ò gbọdọ̀ rìn lóko. A sì níbi lákòó màálù sí. Adẹ̀ níbò.
Did you hear that? Ìwọ tó ń ṣe business tó wà ní Southwest. Ṣé ìwọ máa ń sọ fún ìjọba pé business ẹ o mọ bí bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe o? This is the kind of people that we are living with. These are the people that do not want you to have a better life. In 21st century, moving cows across the length and breadth. Babawa Sunday Igboho will get a very good case hearing at the court in Benin. So let us continue to pray, to have our faith that the Benin will understand the magnitude of who he is, as he is not a criminal. He was only labeled as a criminal because the government that is in Nigeria prefer these individuals that have business cattle rearing business. But yet, they want the government in the southwest not to determine how they move their cows. We can't give more update than what we are giving. And that will not end or stop other conversation. If you heard about Sunday Igboho will be in good case with the court in Benin, that is what you want to hear. And then you can just exit the platform and allow those that still want to enjoy the program. We must continue to give reason behind his arrest, which is part of what we are saying. He was attacked in the middle of the night in July. Wanted to assassinate him. And the reason why we will continue with program like this is so that I want to tell you, I love one Nigeria. Cannot even understand why we are saying we don't want one Nigeria. You are in debt to the tune of 47 trillion naira. How has that helped you? What has been the benefit? What has been your own benefit to that tune of 47 trillion naira debt? Almost 4.6 billion was released to the north for their own cattle rearing. You as a Yoruba man, Yoruba woman, what has been your benefit? Your life is miserable every day. You don't know why you are. Look, people get angry. You think we are hungry. No, our angry. We are not. But people in Nigeria get angry and scared like that for different reasons that they cannot even understand. It's stress. You are not living a normal life. Your life is miserable. You cannot understand. It's because we are locked into a system that is rotten and is not useful for us. And everybody has been managing it for decades until we all, and this has been in the process. People have been talking for years, but they didn't have the media in Nigeria to allow them to pop up. Nobody will speak like this on the radio on a daily basis. Do you know what it means to sit down and continue to have different broadcasts, different scenarios, different evidence-based, and tell everybody what is happening? Imagine if this was done 20 years ago on all the radio stations in Nigeria, continuously hammering and giving. They can't, because, look, the system would not allow. But Chief Sunday Igboho came out. Professor Banji Akindele came out. All the Yorubas decided they had enough. So Itoya Taniyen, Lai Mohammed cannot hold me from talking. Only Masotie, problem tell me, they can tell the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation not to talk about the aircraft that was brought down by the terrorists in Nigeria. They cannot tell me so, because I'm not under their ass. I'm not under their control. That has been the game changer. And that is why they are scared. And people say there's no action. This is more than action. It's more than action. And it's more than enough. Oh yes, we expect Benin to respect international law for fair hearing. It's not a criminal. And we have evidence that his life was put at risk on the 1st of July. Potentially 1st of July. If you go back to February, the same DSS wanted to take his life at Guru Maharaji. His house was burnt down. Oh yes, he has gone through so much. There's no doubt about it. But it's because he's vocal. His voice is vocal. His voice is traveling faster than the speed of sound. That's what people don't understand. And the love he has for his people is why he's doing so. He's comfortable on his own. And yeah, Shebo wa comfortable. Efisile now, kini bokino se baba, Shebo wa comfortable. Kini wale gan lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba nation. Ẹ tó fún wọn sílẹ̀, tó jẹ́ kó máa ṣe, tó jẹ́ kó máa lórúkọ ẹ. No. All that is nonsense. I said gbogbo àwa tí àtàwọn tó ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, 100 years from now, everybody would ask, àwọn generation tó wá nígbà yẹn, ṣé wọ́n rí rárá ni? How do you allow this to happen to us? Ẹ káàárọ̀. Yes, mo alive lórí broadcast, but ẹ bá fẹ́ tètè sàn wọ́n tẹ̀lé mo gbé sí speaker, but mo alive. Ṣé o kò urgent? Because tó bá urgent. Hello? So, coming out and talking, oh yes, we have given update. We will give more update. I can't give any update than there will be a court appearance today. I've not been in the court. I don't know what is happening in the court. But the court bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán, intaba fẹ́ ká bá yín sọ, a sọ, intaba fẹ́ ká bá yín sọ, a ní láti sọ. But what I am saying is, let us not now say, because, oh, what ti mú bàbá, we continue to give you the reason why he was arrested. Because the government knew that his vocal voice is going with the speed of sound. And they want to stop it. And they cannot stop it. And it is not about Sunday Igboho. Everybody is Sunday Igboho. But those in the north think that they have the monopoly. They have everything to hold us down into a unity of a country. And let us hear what this man has to say. You would think he's a Yoruba man until he says our Fulani. Abemo, everybody thought, Endobangbo, you would think this man is a Yoruba man until he made us understand that he is not a Yoruba man. He's a Fulani man, now asking our Southwest governor that how can they put a ban coming up 1st of September for cattle hearing or whatever they're doing in their business, which is meant to be a personal business. It's a personal business. If you want to do cattle business, you get a ranch and you put everything in there. But you are not doing so. You are making your cow to make the livelihood of our own people. Making life miserable for the people that are not getting government support for their farm industry, whether it's a small or large scale. Remember, Dr. Aborode was killed. The rally holds in central London today. So we are already in danger. But let's hear what he has to say.
At least I need 40 million votes. Only as he left one. Tell about the fair one. 40 million votes.
How did Fulani become 40 million in Nigeria? Have you thought about it? Okay, in what space of time were they able to grow 40 million in a country called Nigeria? So what do you think is going to happen in the next 20 years from now? In the next 100 years from now? Let's finish hearing what he has to say.
Wọ́n ní àwọn fún orílẹ̀-èdè àbí ìjọ àwọn Fúlàní darandaran àwọn fún wọn ní September 1st láti má dára káàkiri inú oko. A sọ pé ní ká má dára káàkiri inú oko yẹn àníkọ̀dá but kí wọ́n pètò sílẹ̀ ibi tá a ti dára sí before ká sọ pé ní September 1st ká má dára mọ́ kò ní ṣe pé ní.
Ṣé kò ṣe nítorí pé wọ́n ní kẹ́ má dàrán mọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ wá pàdé pọ̀ pé àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì o àti others o àwọn náà máa wá ẹni tí ó jù lórí ní 2027.
Tẹ́ bá gbọ́n ta sọ síwájú kì í ṣe yẹn but eléyìí náà wà lára ẹ̀ òun náà wà lára ẹ̀ ká má parọ́ fún yín òun náà wà lára ẹ̀ àlè kó màálù wá sápò.
Did you hear what he said? And these are the danger that face lójoojúmọ́. And it's not just about this danger. I am talking about the economic danger. Stop all this grammar. I'm in Nigeria, so forget about all this come to Nigeria nonsense that you all have to talk about. You can come to Nigeria, come to Nigeria. You know, there's nothing in Nigeria. Nigeria is a shit hole. I will say it again. Nigeria is not working. I am in Nigeria. There's nothing working in Nigeria. Forget about asking us to come to Nigeria. Kilo one in Nigeria. There's nothing inside the country. Every one of you is living in a shit hole country. Your life is not safe. You do not have potable water. You do not have electricity. You do not guarantee security. You do not guarantee any business that can work successfully to the international standard. So come to Nigeria to do what? I am in Nigeria. So stop telling us to come to Nigeria. There's not, look, I am in Nigeria. There's nothing in Nigeria. It's not working. Nigeria is not working. Forget about, all these 10 seconds videos you watch on Instagram, which I guess a lot of you sit down and watch, and then you think that somebody, put on, they're spreading money. I see it. I see it the same way. I saw it. For that is not the Nigeria that you think is working. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm on a live broadcast at the moment, so I don't know if your message is very urgent. If it's not, then you might have to call me later. So stop telling us to come to Nigeria. Fulani is already telling you there are 40 million out of quote and unquote 200 million. Do you know what that means? Chief Sunday Bowo is getting a good representative in the court. We can't give any more update on that. It's not a live broadcast we're going to be streaming from the courtroom. So we would have to wait for the next update. But he's been well represented on the ground. But the government wants me and you to be scared of them. And that is not even democracy that you're talking about. Okay, we are in democracy for 20 years. Share democracy, is that the way that it's meant to be working? Let's ask ourselves. Share democracy, share come to Nigeria. I am in Nigeria. There's nothing in Nigeria. Dumping ground. There's nothing in Nigeria. Go to every part of Nigeria. It is hellfire as I speak to you. Come to Nigeria. Do you know that Nigeria is the capital poverty of the world that you are telling me to come to Nigeria? I am already in Nigeria. People cannot eat 3 square meals as I speak to you right now. Gari gan shemu. Because I want to gari. Look, paki, right? It is the quickest thing to grow in any part of Yoruba land. Tó bá fi igi paki sí ilẹ̀ báyìí nísìn, tó bá máa fi di ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì, ìyàtọ̀ máa wà. But paki yẹn nísìn, òun ni Fúlàní ń sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ jẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. So stop telling us to come to Nigeria. I have been in Nigeria and I'm still in Nigeria. There's nothing in Nigeria. So stop that crap or come to Nigeria. It is not working. No, we have to give them the answer. Fire every day in Nigeria. People say we are not at war, but I say we have been at war. And I'll give you again the reason why I say that. The Global Terrorism Index of today is telling me, Olayomi Koiki of Koikimedia, that Nigeria is already at war, according to the Global Terrorism Index. So when I say we are at war, stop giving me the crap that we are not at war. I want you, we are at war. Genocide is taking place on a daily basis. Pastors have been killed. Onisheshi have been killed. Muslims have been killed. But the government care less about that. So, if It's not about me. Think about the country that we are discussing. Is Nigeria truly working? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. You don't have to, love the face, hate him, like him, criticize. It's not the issue. Is the country truly working? So, say we won't answer anything. Ṣé irọ́ ni pé Nigeria ń ṣiṣẹ́ lè wọ́n jókòó lórí social media tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ pé it's not working. It is not working. It has never worked for any single one of us. And everybody knows the reason why they left Nigeria. For those that have been able to leave Nigeria, those that left Nigeria can tell you all kind of things that Nigeria will work. Forget it. According to the international standard, Nigeria is, look, Awani number one. Look, one. How many people, look, how many countries do we have around the world? I need somebody to please help us here. How many countries? Chief Sunday Igboho will be represented. I will continue to say that, but we can't give more information. Germany, all that, forget about all that fake news that you are listening to all over the place. Let us, look, they want to, look, situation like this, they have their own media propaganda. That is already working. The country is mentally dragged. We have, brilliant Nigerians, as you want to call yourself, in Nigeria. But it is not working for you. It's as simple as, forget about your education level in Nigeria. It can never be useful. 199 countries in the world. And Nigeria is number one out of that. That is the capital poverty of the world. And you're telling me it's working. And you want me to sit down here and tell you it is working. Emi Oshe ignorant now. I'm not an idiot. We can have people that can say things opposite, deceive us. But I am not going to sit here and tell you that out of 199 countries in the world, Hungerland, out of 199 countries like Baye, do you know that you are better off to go to the one that is even number 2? Because your life will still be better there. Tobawari number 3, your life will be better. Everything will be done to make sure that Chief Sunday Igboho will get a proper hearing. I'm just reading from Instagram. Nigeria. Can you compare Nigeria to a zoo? The zoo has people that are giving care to the animals. That's why they call it a zoo. The zoo is better than Nigeria. They don't even have to compare the zoo in Nigeria as a country with a proper zoo. Because in a proper zoo, the animals are fed so that, the animals in the zoo are fed. So let me give it, maybe those of you in the north. I speak English so that I want those in the north to also hear what we are saying. It's not just for Yoruba alone. No, because I will know they're watching. Some of them have fake profiles of Yoruba names and sitting down behind the camera there watching me. Look, let me explain to you. The world, the whole world. You know how the world is. Let me just show you. Let's hear what this man said.
àti ní ló fi fún ara àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wa gan wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti fi màálù jẹ kó dúró kó sanwó okùn bàná tó jẹ ọ̀ràn tó dá kó sanwó ẹ̀ àwọn olórí organizer à ń ṣe ní gbogbo south west à ń ṣiṣẹ́ but tẹ́ bá rí ẹ rí pé ní kì í ṣe Yorùbá kì í ṣe Fúlàní kì í ṣe Haúsá gbogbo wa la ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹni gbogbo àwọn tàǹsọ̀ náà ni wọ́n ní màálù lóko so dín nìyẹn.
wádìí lọ tá a wádìí bọ̀ ṣé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà bí ẹ̀yìn sí ni tẹ́ ń sọ Yorùbá mọ́ránmọ́rán.
ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà bí mi sí Ọ̀yọ́ state wọ́n bí mi sí.
ládùúgbò wo lọ́dọ̀.
wọ́n ń pè bìkan ní Adáfìlà lẹ́yìn olókòtò ibi tá bí mi sí nìyẹn àwọn ọmọ mi ò gbọ́ Fúlàní wọn ò gbọ́ Haúsá.
ṣùgbọ́n sì ń gbọ́dọ̀ ní Fúlàní.
ṣùgbọ́n Fúlàní ni mí. Fúlàní ni mí.
Fúlàní tó ti jàmọ̀lá yìí.
Fúlàní tó ti jẹ ẹ̀kọ́ tó tu ìwé ẹ̀kọ́ ní.
orúkọ yìí lẹ̀.
It might be funny. But they are growing in popularity. That statistics is giving a 40 million is a lie. But they're playing the mind. Fulani to the 40 million. So they are now 40 million. Think about it. Oh, yes. The Meiji Femi. You probably may be hearing the news late. Somebody is just asking the question of the situation with Chief. But it's well represented as we speak right now. I'll be bringing the show to an end. But let us remember that the world is 199. The whole world. Different countries, the whole world is 199. But your country that you love so much, the country that is meant to have been better for you, based on all the resources underneath it, gbogbo nǹkan tó wà lábẹ́ ilẹ̀ tó yẹ kó máa produce, tó yẹ pé o ǹtẹ̀ ní ráyè pé o fẹ́ máa ronú kan míì. Ẹgbàláyé mi. But that country that is the 6th largest crude oil producer in the world is now number 1 capital poverty of the world. How does that even work? Mama Eunice. They're making up the numbers that Fulani are getting 40 million. By 4 years' time, they will tell us they are 60 million. Then they will overpower every one of us. They have the games in their hand. The capital poverty of the world is your country, Nigeria. And you know what that means? It does not guarantee you 3 square meal on a daily basis. I know they're watching. The Fulani are watching. The government are watching. They're watching, I know. They've been watching us since last year. But we cannot be intimidated. I am not NTA. I am not Radio Nigeria. We are Koikimedia. And we would give those information. Imagine every day, Radio Nigeria, Radio Nigeria, Radio Nigeria. Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ lẹ́ni kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ lẹ́ni pé ìlú wa Nàìjíríà, àwa ni capital poverty of the world ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Àwa ni capital poverty of the world ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Gbogbo ìlú tó wà 199. But Nigeria ni number 1. Do you understand how that would trigger in the minds of people at home? Hey? Ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ how many ìlú ló wà ní gbogbo àgbáyé. People think that it's only Nigeria. The big buffoon, big elephant that cannot even make your life better. Your life has been miserable. And we are not going to back down. Thank you very much for those of us that have stayed tuned. And before we wrap it, let's just focus for the next couple of minutes with Chief Case. Chief Case will go ahead, as he is not a criminal. He has not done anything what the label put on his head by the federal government. And gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ pátápátá tó yeke, tó dánmọ́rán has been put in place. And that is what we need to know. He will get his freedom in no time. And we are on top to say to the Benin that has the international law, because this is no longer a Nigeria law we're dealing with now. We're dealing with the international law. And the international law is what we go through the legal series. Yes, we're all sad, but we must remember that the government put every one of us in this condition. And that's what the government wants to do. We are working on international law now, regardless of whatever you can be thinking. I understand. Regardless of whatever, we will say that the international law on that land will be used. And that is the message. Thank you very much. We hope to be back again soon. It's freedom will begin very soon. But what can you do as individuals, as groups? What can you do? Picketing. Picketing is what you can do. You can go to embassies and picket right in front of those embassies. You can also continue to get in touch for those of us, the diaspora. Let us highlight the case more with our representative, Tawafunibo. Look, your members of parliament that you voted for in wherever you are must listen to you as a Yoruba person that have interest in what is happening to your land, as even a Nigerian that have interest. And that is why you must get in touch with them. It is very easy and simple. We've circulated a template which one of our councillor, I don't want to mention his name, in UK, put that together. I'm sure some of you saw it when we circulated it. Send that to Prime Minister. Send your representative, your member of parliament, for those of us in UK. Let us write them and tell them that Nigerian government has labeled Chief Sunday Igboho as a criminal when we have criminal moving around the country. Yoruba nation has come to stay. It is God willing. It is not me. Yoruba nation is bigger than myself. Steps are being taken from stage to stage. We will not be intimidated. And we will not stop communicating. Thank you very much. And I'll be back again. We're not losing hope, and we must not give up. I stand with Sunday Igboho. Again, we play one of those adverts quickly, and then we will wind the program down.
Mẹ́rin àgbáláyé lórí ohun aburú tíjọba ṣe fún Sunday.
And on that note, have a very good